If you're looking for a CO2 BB gun that is serious fun, then look no further than these. Hi guys, this is RACKNLOAD, and these on the table are the Colt SAA 45s from Umarex, supplied by Umarex here in the UK. And these things, they are absolute great fun. Seriously great fun. In fact, you'll find it hard to put one of these things down once you start shooting it. You'll just keep going till you either run out of ammo or run out of CO2. So, what are they like then? Well, I can tell you they are pretty damn good. And that is my complete honest opinion of these guns. They are really quite good. The only plastic on them is the handle, but I'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, you know, as ever in a RACKNLOAD style review, I'll go into some serious detail. But first of all, let me just show you the box. Now, the box itself is pretty cool. It's done in like this wood effect. It's a really cool box, sort of made to look all authentic. But yeah, this is the box for the blued one that you can see. I've got the box somewhere for the nickel plated one, but pretty much tells you all about the gun on the box. You know, CO2 12-gram cartridges, single action, 6 rounds, takes the actual brass cartridges. Again, I'll show you all that in detail. And just tells you a bit more about what's in the box. And then just open the box up, and that's the inside of the box. Pretty cool box. But anyway, we don't want to look at the box. So let's take it from the handle part of the gun. Now, this that looks like walnut is just plastic. But that's fair enough. I mean, it'd be really nice if it was real wood, but it's cool. You know, it's nice. Feels good in the hand. You know, these guns really do feel like the real thing. Now, like I was saying, the handle. Now, this is where the CO2 12-gram bulb is housed. Now, if you can just see this little sort of area here where you basically get your nail in and you just pull like that. The handle comes off. That's the handle there. Now you'll notice there's like a wrench built in there. And basically what you do, where the CO2 bulb is, instead of like a screw that you do get on some guns with like a lanyard loop, this has actually got like a, looks like an Allen nut or a giant grub screw. What you do basically, and I'll show you because I've got to take this CO2 bulb out, just put the wrench in there, and that's just releasing the pressure that this is more or less empty. So you basically just unwind it like that, and then your CO2 bulb will drop out. Obviously, to load a new one in, just do the opposite of that. Put your CO2 bulb in, use the wrench on your handle, and just crank it up until you hear it hiss, and basically it charges the gun. So that is really cool. I do like that. Obviously I didn't read the instructions when I got hold of these guns, and I was at first, took the handle off, put it down, and I'm like, okay, where's the wrench to do that up? And then I suddenly clocked it on the handle. So be aware of that. Don't do what I do and just get the gun out and start playing with it before you've read the instructions. It's typical of me. But yeah, when you've charged this gun and put the you know, put the CO2 bulb in, just basically put the handle on and clip it back in. The only thing I don't like about these handles is that bit there. Get it in focus. That bit, I don't know whether that'd break off in time. Don't know. Time will tell with that one. But just be careful anyway, because that bit basically just sort of goes in there, and then you pop your handle on and you're pretty much good to go. So how do you load it then? Well, this is the fun part, and this is the authentic part that I really like. First of all, half cock, and then open this cartridge door, and then get the cartridges out. Just rotate the cylinder, and all 6 shells are out. You can actually use the ejector if you want. I'll just demonstrate. So if you didn't want to sort of tip them out like that, use your ejector, which is this here. It's like a spring loaded thing. Pull that lever down and just make sure your cylinder's sort of lined up, and if you push that sort of up and down, you'll notice it's pushing the cartridge. So that's another way to eject them. But to be honest, you'll probably get into the habit of just tilting the gun like that, holding your hand out and just rotating the cylinder. It's a lot quicker and a lot more fun. And then once you've got your cartridges out, or before you've even put them in, you've got to load up your BBs into the cartridges. Now this threw me a little bit to start with, because me being me, as ever, didn't read the instructions, and there I am trying to load the BBs in the cartridge, and obviously do the make it easy for yourself and just get a pellet tin and just put a few BBs in there. These are 4.5 BBs, by the way, Umarex ones that I use, steel BBs. So what I did was get the cartridge and start trying to put a BB into it, and I was like, oh, they're not going in, what's happening? Then I read the instructions, don't I? They actually go in the bottom of the shell rather than the top. A lot of guns, CO2 guns or CO2 BB guns, you put them in the front of the cartridge. Not with this, they go in the rear, because there is the nylon bit that actually holds the BB. So once I figured that out, I was laughing. So basically, turn your cartridge upside down and just push in a BB like so. Now these cartridges really are quite cool as well, because they are solid brass and they're quite hefty as well, so I think they'll last quite a long time. Now once you've done that and you've loaded all your cartridges up, it's pretty much the opposite of unloading it. Half cock, put your cartridge in like that, put your next one in until you've completely filled the cylinder, and then close up the cartridge door or shell door, breech door, whatever you want to call it, and then just decock it so you're pretty much safe. There is a safety catch, by the way. It's located at the front of the trigger guard. That's a pretty cool safety catch. Little stiff though, but and that's your safety catch, and then you're pretty much good to go. You've got to cock it every time, because this is just a single action gun, hence the SAA 45 stands for Single Action Army. It's got it there on the barrel. Cock it like that and it sounds good when you cock this thing. It sounds chunky, it sounds quality when you cock it. It really does bring a smile to your face. And then you're good to go, just blaze away. You can, and I wouldn't recommend it, but you can, and if you do it, make sure you're in a safe area where you do so. But you can actually keep your finger on the trigger and fan the hammer like the cowboys used to do. But I wouldn't recommend it, but you can do it, but I haven't told you that. But they are really cool, guys. They're really, really cool. like I said, I could not put these guns down. You know, I'm lucky enough to have 2 on loan. The nickel one is just gorgeous. This is my favourite one. They do 3. They do, obviously, this nickel one, the blued one, and they do like I'll call it the rough version, that's basically made to look like it's been through a few Western films. It's sort of just worn in places. You know, it's made to look sort of, what's the word? Battle proven, would that be a word? I don't know. But it looks cool. I didn't get my hands on one of them. I have seen one, but I just got the 2 on loan. But this is the one for me, I think, the nickel plated one. Exactly the same as the blued version, but again, plastic grips, you know, made to look like ivory grips. But simply stunning. Really stunning. Give you a close up of that. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, ooh, shiny. But it's just totally cool. Totally cool. Now, this one is completely safe. There's no BBs in there whatsoever. I'll just demonstrate the trigger. Give it a full cock. It's in a safe direction. It has got a bit of gas in. Real nice, guys, real nice. I love the muzzle as well. When you look at it sort of from a bit of an angle, it looks like it's a proper 45 barrel in there. See the rifling, but then it's only when you take a bit of a detailed look, you can see 4.5mm BB smoothbore barrel down there. In fact, I'll take some shells out, see if you can actually see down the barrel properly. Don't think you'll be able to, but it's worth it. Oh yeah, you can a little bit. Smoothbore barrel, and like I said, on the blued version, there's your ejector. And that's basically what it is. It's just a rod that pushes out your shells. But you will find it a lot easier just tipping the gun up and just emptying the shells like that. The trigger is just basically a plain blade, but it's really nice, the trigger is. It's quite surprising how crisp and light it is, being a single action pistol. You expect it to be kind of heavy, more so if it was a double action, but it really is quite nice. And it's all metal as well, the trigger blade is. And then on the hammer, you've got some knurling there to give you a bit of grip when you cock this thing. But the only problem you're going to have with these guns, guys, is which one to get. And like I said, there are 3 to choose from. The nickel version, the blued version, and I haven't got one right here, but the well-worn version. But this one's my favourite, definitely. They really have done a nice job of these pistols though. I mean, there's, you know, no nasty plastic bits on them. Apart from the handles, but they're not nasty at all. They feel good. but there's no sort of nasty plastic bits, you know, on the gun where there's horrible seams or anything like that. They just do look really good. Real good job on these things. Very impressive, but trust me guys, get one of these in your hands and it's just going to make you smile. Go into your local dealers, grab one of these things, have a hold of it, and you will be grinning like a Cheshire cat. I promise you that. Just give you guys some real close-ups. What I will say guys is get plenty of these, because you'll need them. You'll want to load a load of these things up so you can just basically blaze away. But loading them up is pretty cool. It adds to the fun anyway. You'll just love sliding the cartridges into these things. It just puts a big grin on your face. But definitely get some more. I'd recommend that. Now the instruction manual really isn't that bad either. Pretty cool. In black and white. It's got all your safety do's and don'ts as ever, and maintenance and whatnot. Some good photographs in there, even though they are in black and white. Tells you more about the gun. Gives you all your technical data and stuff. In fact, I can tell you about the weight because I didn't really look at this. Weight is 867 grams, so just under a kilo. Barrel length is 114 millimeters. The entire length of it is 275 millimeters. Dangerous area up to 300 meters. Okay. Trigger single action. Tells you all, basically everything is there. You know, pause the video and you can read all that there. I'll put it in the details of the video anyway. But yeah, pretty cool instruction manual. Tells you how to use the safety catch, how to basically load the gun up. Everything you really need to know. Loading the cartridges. Pretty cool manual. Now the sights are pretty much just like the real thing. You've got like this ridge here for your rear sight, and then your front sight is just this blade. Now don't expect superb accuracy. It is a smoothbore BB gun after all, but as far as BB guns go, these really aren't that bad. You know, you'll blaze away at a can, you know, a tin can all day long with one of these. You know, it's sort of like 20 yards. Shots per count, I was having that much fun. I wasn't really counting, but at a guess, you're probably getting about, I don't know, 50 odd shots, maybe more, before they start dropping off. I'll annotate the proper results of that. I'll get a bit more data on that. But like I say, I was having that much fun. I was losing count. I was just wanting to load up and shoot. But they're pretty economical as far as shooting them's concerned. You know, like I say, one CO2 bulb's going to last you a good while, and you'll spend a lot of your time, well, most of your time, loading these things up. rather than actually shooting the gun. But it's all part of the fun. But seriously guys, these are absolutely great fun. They really are. They're around £170 here in the UK, which is not bad, especially if you're like a Western fan, or you know, you're into your cowboy flicks and stuff like that. Then you're seriously going to want one of these anyway, even if it's just for a showpiece more than anything. But seriously good fun to shoot. Anyway guys, as ever, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. That's your Rack and Load review. See ya.